Everyone, today's story isn't just a travel tale. This is a bone-chilling true story that turned someone's life upside down. Let's dive into a shocking incident that happened 10 years ago in a remote corner of China involving three young women. Take a deep breath. Are you ready to get lost in this nightmare? The story begins with Yunhee, a woman in her 30s living in Seoul. In her early 20s, she was an exchange student obsessed with Chinese, chasing her dream of becoming a language instructor at Ludong University in Yantai, China. Back then, China wasn't shrouded in the negativity it faces today. For Yunhee, it was a land of opportunity, a stage for her ambitions. During a school break, Yunhee, her fellow exchange student Sujin, and their local friend Wei planned a 3-day getaway. Their destination was Shandong, a vast region of endless mountains and plains, like a forgotten countryside in Korea. It was a poor, isolated place with a hauntingly quiet vibe. Why pick such a spot? They were broke students, but more than that, they craved the serenity of nature over chaotic cities. Little did they know that serenity would pull them into a terrifying abyss. On their first night in Shandong, the three were sipping wine, laughing in their cozy lodging. But then Wei's tone shifted. Have you ever heard of Xinjiang? A region where tradition runs so deep, locals carry knives on their belts. Wei spoke casually, but her eyes held a strange glint. Get into a fight with them, and you're in real danger. A shiver ran down Yunhee's spine. What? Is that true? Why bring it up now? Wei laughed it off. Relax. This place is safe. I'll stick to the good spots. Don't worry. Yunhee and Sujin tried to shake off the unease, but a dark shadow lingered in their minds. That night, the wind howled ominously outside, sending shivers down their spines. The next day, they drove through Shandong's stunning landscapes. Towering mountains and swaying grasslands painted a breathtaking scene. But that peace shattered. Wei suddenly pulled over, her face tense, the tires flat. They were stranded on a desolate road, not a soul in sight. Yunhee and Sujin's hearts raced, but Wei calmly asked for the spare tire from the trunk. She swapped it with eerie precision, though her expression betrayed unease. At a nearby mechanic shop, Wei clashed with the owner over an outrageous bill. Yunhee caught the mechanic's gaze, cold, predatory, like he was sizing up prey. That night, drained from the day, Yunhee wanted to crash early, but Wei teased. It's our last night, and you're just gonna sleep? They decided to grab drinks and snacks for a party. Yunhee stayed to tidy the lodging while Sujin and Wei went shopping. An hour later, her phone rang. Sujin's voice trembled. Yunhee, Wei's been in an accident. She's in the hospital. Yunhee's stomach dropped. What happened? Sujin, fighting tears, explained. A car sped toward them as they walked to their parked car after shopping. Wei shoved Sujin aside and took the hit. Oddly, the driver rushed Wei to a hospital. Sujin swore it was just a graze, not a full-on collision, but something felt wrong. Yunhee grabbed her things and raced to a hospital in Urumqi, Xinjiang's main city. When Yunhee arrived, Wei was out of emergency surgery. The next morning, Wei's mother returned from the doctor, her face ashen. Wei's critical. They told us to prepare for the worst. Yunhee and Sujin were stunned. How could a minor crash lead to this? Wei's mother planned to move her to a better hospital, but dread consumed them. For 2 months, Wei lay unconscious. Each visit brought only silence and the cold hum of machines. Then, A miracle struck. After 2 months, Wei woke up. Relief washed over them, but that relief was fleeting. After discharge, Wei's body began to fail. Her face and limbs swelled and she couldn't urinate. They blamed it on the accident at first, but her condition spiraled. A hospital visit uncovered a blood-curdling truth. Wei's kidneys, both are gone. Yunhai's mind reeled. What are you saying? The doctor replied icily. They were disposed of as medical waste, probably incinerated by now. Furious, Wei reported it, and the investigation revealed a nightmare. The hospital was suspected of selling Wei's kidneys to an organ trafficking ring. And the accident? It was no accident. Sujin's memory stirred. The driver, he wasn't a stranger. He looked like the mechanic from the tire shop. The pieces fell into place. The flat tire, the shop argument, the crash. It was a sinister setup. The driver and hospital were likely part of the same web, with Wei as their prey. The driver vanished, but the hospital admitted fault and arranged Wei's transplant. Yet the trauma lingered. Yunhai returned to Korea, and Wei recovered, but they never stepped foot in China again. Organ trafficking isn't a Hollywood fantasy. It's a real, shadowy crime lurking where we least expect it. Be cautious when you travel, everyone. One wrong step in an unfamiliar place can spiral into unthinkable horror. That's all for today's story. I hope it leaves you with a sense of caution. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll return with another chilling tale